folks, here we are in the parking lot, soon to be the brand new grocery store. Going to be coming through here, taking this whole building. Joann Fabrics is gone, Chuck E. Cheese is gone, Rent-A-Center is on their way out, Big Lots is gone, and that's all coming out of there in lieu of the big brand new multi-million-dollar Kroger store. Right here behind me is where the Kroger gas station is supposed to be going. That's still kind of up in the air. Sounded like they wanted to buy the Chili's right there, raise it, and put the gas station there, but I don't know. There's some controversy about that. See what happens. Down here on this little part of the parking lot is going to remain the same. They did not buy this. Little businesses right here. The little brown building, that used to be the Radio Shack. I think it's vacant now. This is a business here, the Antique Kitchen. They have been here for decades. And we come here a certain morning every week, have a men's prayer breakfast here. That's a wonderful thing. What I'm talking about this morning is the building right here. This was the Plaza 1 and 2 movie theaters back in the day. You can see how the front's been a little reconfigured. I'm going to put then and nows in here. This was a Locust Theater. They had this built in 1972 is when it opened. I seen the first screening of Jaws with Peter Benchley's famous book in here. First showing, and my cousin and I, she's about 10 years older than I am, we were third and fourth in line. There was a couple that was ahead of us, two guys, and they with their girlfriend, so there's actually 4 people ahead of us, and then there was my cousin and I, and the newspaper was here, took a picture, and we were on the front page above the crease. A picture of my cousin and I standing right there, waiting to get in to see the first showing of Jaws. But also here, they showed the first showings of The Exorcist, The Last House on the Left, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now those were in 3 separate showings, different times, of course. They came out at different on different years. But I'll talk about that Exorcist and about the other ones and what happened right up here. And I seen it with my own eyes. The ambulances, 2 of them, Mall City, were parked right about there, the end of the building. And here in the front, this was not configured like this back then. Okay, there was a lot of steps here, really cool. You could sit out here. This was the exit. You come out of the movie theaters. And right down here in this end, as you will see, then and now, this was the entrance. You come in and buy your tickets right here. And again, it's been reconfigured over the years into the medical school. All right, I'll be right back. I think this is a nice elevation. Probably get the point across. Plaza 1 and 2 and their famous sign out here by the street. It is gone. And this whole driveway here coming back into this, not only the Ross, but the buildings in the back, this has been reconfigured a bit over the years too. There you go. I'll be right back. The business right here on the corner, this used to be a donut shop back in the day. Of course, right next to the movie theater. Okay, and now this is Moe's Barbecue. Of course, their big sign is right out here by the street. I think I may be able to get a shot of that as well. All right, we'll see you in the next one. Thank you for coming out to the movies today, then and now. Plaza 1 and 2. But we're not done talking about this place yet. Well, while they were showing The Exorcist, that movie freaked so many people out in here, okay? that they had people that were short of breath. They called the ambulance, and then another one. And literally, there were people sitting out here on the steps, and I will just show you the then photos, and you'll see all the steps. And they were 3 or 4 people at first, and the ambulance attendants were letting them use oxygen. They were huffing oxygen. They brought out the O2 to try to get them around a little bit. And it wasn't long, and there were more than just 2 or 3 out there over the upcoming days, people watching the movie. And it was 4 or 5 days. One of the attendants told me, I used to work with him, that they sat here. They seen the movie about 3 times. They got to go inside and watch the movie too. And while they're waiting, well, one of them sit out in the ambulance and the other go in and enjoy the film. And he says that it was scary and spooky, but he couldn't see anything to give a person a heart attack. But these were seasoned ambulance attendants too, so they'd seen a lot of stuff. But they thought it was quite critical because the number of people over the days, well, they kept that kind of quiet. The news, so forth, and then it spread a little bit. The city fathers, they call them, of Portage here, did get together, and they had a little meeting, and they did go to they sent a representative to representative of the Lokes Theaters here and asked them if they'd please remove the film. It was just disturbing, too many people, and people were really freaked out. And of course they said no way, and that was that. That was never, that was the end of that little deal. But it's funny, they had to have ambulances here. So a little later, they start showing the, I don't know how many months later or weeks, but The Last House on the Left and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And they had to have the Mall City ambulance back here again, and the people are out here again sitting on the steps. Several people huffing oxygen, try to get them around. Now, I understand that at the movie Jaws, like I mentioned, I was here. I didn't see anybody freaking out, but we did see people get up and leave. When the man's head came out from the hole below the boat, when Hooper was down there taking a look, found the big shark's tooth, and that head came out of there, people got up and left. Yep, people got up and left. And I don't mean like, oh, there goes a couple and there goes a young lady or a young man over there. Like 16 or 20 people got up and left. Yep. It's just the way things were back in those days. I did also hear that during Jaws, one of the showings, there was a heart attack here. Now, it wasn't during the one that I was at. We've seen people, like I mentioned a second ago, leaving, but there was a person that suffered a heart attack. And I do not know if they survived that or not. But yeah, a little history here, and an awful lot of really, really good movies, so to speak, that you didn't have to worry about the city fathers having a meeting over. That's a whole nother world back then. But again, 1972 this opened, and it closed a couple of decades later. And it was, for a time, I believe this was a clothing outlet. I think it was a Mr. B's warehouse for a while. Don't quote me on that, but I think it was a Mr. B's. That's a big warehouse. All right, Plaza 1 and 2 movie theater back in the day. And I did like that movie Jaws. Sure did. Have a great one. Thanks for coming along with us today, and thank you for subscribing and giving me that thumbs up, notifications, so you can see some more of these. Appreciate it. See you in the next one. Stay safe and warm.